Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So it is Flour It Up Day. I didn't intend for it to be a Flour It Up Day. It was actually decided for me. So I'll explain in a minute. But it is Flour It Up. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be quick, easy, and simple. And that's what I'm showing you today in my Flour It Up video. Something quick, easy, and simple that you can do in 15 minutes. So this is the reason I decided to turn on my camera today. I decided to bake because today was not a baking day. So I made this loaf of bread 2 days ago. And this is all I have left. So just for reference, this is about 8 slices maybe, and this is the size of the pan. As you can see, it's like 1/4. So I had to make bread. So me trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I decided that I would make something sweet because we don't really have anything in the house. So today I'm going to make some sweet treats. I'm going to make some muffins because we are completely out of the Christmas stuff that we've been snacking on and eating on for the past month and a half. And I decided, I went through my freezer probably about a week ago, and I kind of organized. It was all over the place, and I found some pumpkin that I didn't even know I had in there. So I'm going to use that up. I'm going to have pumpkin. I think I might put like chocolate chips in half of it. So I have pumpkin, I have my water glass eggs here, I have vanilla, sugar, flour, salt, baking powder, and I don't have any milk, so I'm gonna mix the dry milk powder and then oil. So I'm gonna get on with making my muffins, and if you hear in the background, I'm making bread again today. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna actually thaw this out. I might just put it in the microwave and thaw it out so I can do this right away. If not, I'm just gonna sit it out, and as soon as it's defrosted, I'll bake it up. So this recipe is so forgiving, and you can change it up however you like. Instead of using just regular white sugar today, I am using actually vanilla sugar. I don't know if you can see that, instead of white sugar, and then a portion of brown sugar. So it adds up to the sugar content of the recipe. I've got my eggs here. One, I'm going to crack them separately just to make sure. My vanilla, my milk, and my dry ingredients, and my oil. Now, okay, so I may or may not have shown you this before, but the pumpkin, I don't know if you can see that, it's not focusing very well. It's not quite the cup I need. I need 8 ounces, actually 7 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to supplement my pumpkin with some applesauce. So I'm just going to pour my applesauce right in here up until that cup mark, and then I'm just going to mix it in, and I'm going to use that. It just adds moisture and flavor as well to my muffins. Here's what my pumpkin looks like after I brought it up to the 1 cup mark and mixed it all together with the applesauce. You can't even tell there's applesauce in there. It looks just like pumpkin. So that's how you stretch. That's how I stretch my pumpkin if I don't have enough, which I knew I didn't because I actually labeled a bag for a change, and it said how much was in there, and I knew I needed another ounce of pumpkin or applesauce in this case to make up to the recipe. So you can do this in a stand mixer or a hand mixer. I just use a whisk. It's really easy. In the time it takes my oven to preheat, I can have this together and ready to go in. Now it takes me a little longer while I'm filming, but typically my oven will preheat in about 12 minutes, and I can have this done and ready to go in the oven in that amount of time. So before I add my dry ingredients, I want to make sure all the spices, all the salt, the baking soda are distributed throughout the flour, so I don't have any pockets anywhere in the muffins. So I'm just making sure all those dry ingredients are thoroughly incorporated. So as you can see, I've changed out my whisk for a spatula, and I'm going to mix my flour in with that. You don't want to over mix your batter. You just want to mix it enough so those flour streaks are incorporated. You don't want to see any flour streaks, but if you have some lumps or some bumps or something like that in there, that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, so don't overmix your batter. So I have my muffin, my cupcake pan, and I'm going to line it with cupcake liners. It just makes it easier. It makes cleanup a lot easier. It makes getting them out easier. I've done it without, and I prefer it this way. So I'm just going to line these, and this recipe will make 24 muffins depending on what size you make them. I'm using a middle scoop. I actually started with the large scoop and I thought it was too full, so I moved back to my middle scoop. And I'm not sure, maybe this is like maybe 2 tablespoons or so. So I just pretty much fill it up, and I'm going to do half just plain pumpkin, and then the other half I'm actually going to add in some chocolate chips. Now this is the one that are plain. I have them set off, and then I'm going to add chocolate chips to the other half. That's what's left. So we're going to have 12 plain and 12 with chocolate chip. And I'm not sure how much chocolate chips was in here, probably like half a cup or so. Just depends on what you like. And I have my other liners here, and I'm just going to add my batter into these liners, and I'm using the same middle scoop that I previously used. So here they are, all ready to go into a 360-degree oven. And I did preheat my oven at the beginning. Like I said, it takes about 12 minutes or so to preheat depending on the temperature you set it at. So the recipe calls for 25 to 35 minutes. So this all depends on your oven. So here they are out of the oven. These are the chocolate chip ones. And I did test them with a toothpick. I just placed a toothpick in there and it came out clean, as you can see. And these are the bigger ones. So not that much more, but you can see they're bigger. But I'm gonna let them cool for a little bit before I break into one and show you what the inside looks like. So here they are, nice and cooled. Mine took exactly 20 minutes to bake. And that will all depend on your oven. Oops. So this is what they look inside. They're nice and soft and moist. I'm gonna try a bit. That's really good. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit. See how they're sticking? They're not quite cool enough, I don't think. That's why they're sticking to the liner. But this is delicious. Not overly sweet. You can taste the pumpkin. A hint of the applesauce, not too much, but they are delicious. Thank you for watching my Flour It Up video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. God bless, and remember, stay safe and keep prepping.